Sarcoidosis is an autoimmune disease. It's an inflammatory response by your body. For most people, sarcoidosis affects their lungs. 90% of the cases are pulmonary sarcoidosis. In the United States, about less than 5% of sarcoidosis cases affect neurosarcoidosis. It can also affect any other body organ. So my mom was diagnosed in January of 2013 with sarcoidosis. Up until then, she had been experiencing the symptoms of sarcoidosis for about a year. So she went through all different sorts of processes. She went from doctor to doctor, doing different tests, trying to get diagnosed. Finally, the diagnosis happened, and she was put on medication that suppressed her immune system to the point that by February of 2014, she had developed pneumonia, shingles, and acute respiratory distress syndrome, and ended up passing away because of the complications of the disease. The symptom that really made us go to the doctor is that she was suffering from Bell's palsy, so her face, a little bit of facial drooping. She was starting to lose control of her limbs at random times, getting them back at others. So at that point, my freshman year, it was probably between semesters of freshman year, we actually got her to start going to the doctors. Got a phone call from my dad while I was in the hospital that I was going to have to come home, go to the hospital. I didn't know how long I was going to be gone for, didn't know what the circumstances really were. Got home and found out that it really wasn't too bright of a future. The lacrosse team here has been the reason I made it through this experience.
So what we decided to do is rep for research for the Sarcoidosis Foundation. What we'll be doing is December 3rd, we'll be doing a bench press marathon all day during the school. It'll be done right outside of Pearson's Cafe. What we're asking our players to do and anybody associated with our program is to reach out to our players and go to crowdrise.com. There'll be a link to sign up to sponsor a player. So say if you want to sponsor Brandon here, he's going to do so many reps. For every rep you're going to donate. If you'd like to do a specific donation, say $10, you can do that through the website as well. But for all day, we're going to be outside of Pearson's Cafe. There'll be groups of guys lifting. Hopefully we get great donations through that. And also in addition to that, if you are a student on campus and you like to participate, you can do a $5 donation towards the foundation just to be part of the experience, and we're going to see who does the most reps on campus.
And for each student that actually does rep the most per gender, it's actually going to get flex dollars to use on campus, so the top two from each gender will be able to get a little reward for it. I got back for our first game because I believe I had to be in class the day before our games. So I flew up, coach picked me up from the airport, drove me to class, went to class, and that actually was that morning of the game. And we went to the game down at San Jose State and played the rest of the season out. Really, lacrosse was the venting aspect for myself. I was able to really get my mind off of everything that's going on.
You definitely tell. Some days it definitely affected Brandon, but for the most part, he was able to push through. It was definitely a positive experience for the team too. The fact that everybody understood the situation. No one's gone through that on the team, and it was definitely eye-opening for all the rest of the team.
Different experience. Not knowing that the only thing that mattered for those 4 quarters were lacrosse, whether it would be a game situation or practice. And I think Coach mentioned there was days that I couldn't get my mind off it, and lacrosse just wasn't enough to get my mind off of it. But the days that it was such a relief to just be able to go out there, throw the ball around, hit some people, and really get a grasp on life.
Since then, we've had other players with similar situations, but I've never had a player go through such a traumatic experience where it's unbelievable what he had to go through last year and how he went through it.
I think the coach did a great job being in the support system. I was able to call him when I was at home, but I wasn't back on campus yet. Just kind of talked to him, let me know that my position was still there waiting for me, which was big. It was one of the things I was really worried about at home was I'm going to lose my spot on the field because of things I couldn't control. And just knowing that I had the support of not just coach but the entire team was a great thing.
Really, our goal is to raise around $3,000. As a team, of course, we want to exceed that goal. So the more support we get for this situation will be better. Hopefully, in the next upcoming years, we'll continue doing this foundation. He's done a great job on organizing all this effort. We've been talking consistently while I've been away to talk about what needs to be done, how to go about it. He set up the website. He's talked to the foundation. He's got the Pearson's Cafe to get donations. He's put a lot of effort into it, and you don't see that a lot from student athletes go that far into making sure everything's all set to go.
So guys, come on out, help us support the Foundation for Sarcoidosis Research. It's a great foundation, it means a lot to me and the rest of the Monks Lacrosse organization. So come on out, support us, help us raise some money.